That's right, we still here. That's right, it's the morning time. It's actually the afternoon, man, the next day. I tried to get through all 6 parts in one day. My knees hurt from standing up, dropping that drop. 8 hours straight, man. I was trying to get it done. Got other things to do today. But this is part 6. We left off at Hasten His Coming. These kings are awesome. You know what I'm saying? Great delivery, great information. So we'll get back into it. This is the final section of this particular 6-part series. And typically I just drop from all angles, man, but I wanted to kind of try to put this together in a sort of comprehensive, I guess, just one package for you. It hasn't been presented in terms of energy, frequency, vibration. It hasn't been presented, in terms of, just connecting this stuff with the Greek mythology, with the scriptures, with the, all these things. So I appreciate all the kings that are doing this right now. It hasn't been presented this way before. I'm not the only one doing it. So everybody that is participating, surfing this wave, surfing this frequency, I appreciate you. Real spill. A lot of you guys are already ahead of me. In terms of, when I drop this stuff, I read in the comments, people are already connecting stuff that I didn't connect to like part 3 or 4. Again, I did 5 parts yesterday. So you might see part 1 and say, hey, do you think about this? And I'm like, yeah, you got to wait to part 3 because I got to load it one at a time and it takes forever to upload this stuff. So I apologize. It's coming. Again, 5 parts are already done. This is part 6. By the time you're hearing this, you're like, yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying it. I'm saying it as if you're live. I keep forgetting you're not live. So you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Never mind. Let's get to it. Hasten His Coming.
So that's the point, man. Ain't no getting around it. The people that you call Indians in the Americas, these lands that were called the Americas, they had different names before that. They had Hebrew names. The people that lived here and they still live here today are Israelites, man. Pursuant to 2nd Ezra 13 and 39 on down. Okay? Go ahead, brother.
Well, I got a quick precept
right.
about the lands.
All right.
And we do understand, and I'm going to do my best not to interrupt these brothers because I really appreciate their delivery again. Just a couple points, obviously I'm going to put my my 1-2 in this right quick. Our people are here. Yeah. Is that all of us? No. Is that most of us? No. But can all of us surf this wave? Yeah. Do all of us need to understand order and truth and humble ourselves? Yes. So yeah, our people are here, our people are there. You know what I'm saying? And the next step that these brothers are going to go, is to say, okay, yeah, these are Israelites, but then these are also Ammonites, Moabites, Canaanites, Edomites, everything else too. So the remnant is few, but everybody can surf the wave, but they got to be for the remnant. They got to be, even if you're like, oh, that ain't me, but it is you. You see, it's the root of your tree. The remnant just means that it's the root of your tree. When someone says I'm an Israelite, that's not separate from you. It just means that these are the people that are going to wake up and regain the orientation, the order of the root of the tree that you hope to be on. But you, as a branch of the tree, as fruit of the tree, cannot boast yourself above the root of the tree as we wake up today. You have to say, who's the root? Who's the root? Get the root back on the land so the root can activate, so your tree can activate. Do you understand? Don't separate yourself because somebody says they're Israelite. Say, oh, okay, well, hey. Don't try to say, no, you're not. Say, hey, I hope you are. If you are, that's a good thing. Now let's get you back on your land and get your people to wake up so that the real kingdom can begin. Because it benefits everybody, right? Do you want to be a servant in this corporation? Look around you. It's chaos. This kingdom we're talking about is real and it's order and it's prophecy. You know what I mean? So let these kings build.
Yeah, you can tell by our people spirit all day, man, of the different tribes. You know the Israelites, man. Well, first of all, what does the name Jacob mean? Jacob is from the Hebrew word Yahweh, which means supplanter. Jake want to get over on you all day, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, they have the art of hustle, nip tuck, man.
They know how to manipulate the sciences, as Polite would say.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Genesis 49 and 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
Right, and that's who live on this island, man. Simeon and Levi. All right, you so-called Dominicans. All right, you people that call yourself Dominicans, you're the tribe of Simeon, according to the Bible, okay? And you people that call yourself Haitians, you're the tribe of Levi, all right?
Now, I understand that this is pretty much what every camp says, right? So, obviously, it's a lot of certainty behind this stuff, I mean, this got to be this and this got to be this, man. Look, we know we were taken from different places, put different places. You know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to my Haitian brothers and sisters, my Dominican brothers and sisters. It's time to unite regardless. I don't think we have to say, hey, you're a Levite. Hey, you're a this. Or because you're here. Or because you're there. Yeah, you can personally use that as a personal guide, but to tell another grown person without 100% certainty that they are a Levite or a this or from Judah or for that, man, just get back to the tree. Don't you understand? Stop using stumbling blocks and titles and all this certainty. The only thing you need to be certain of is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Getting back to the order. Not killing, not stealing, coveting your neighbor's wives. Everybody should be peace. You should be able to leave your door open in this community. That's a good community to serve as servants. Even the king is a servant. That's the difference between this order and the future order. The order right now, the king of the kingdom is not your servant, right? The king does not serve you, does he? Does the Pope serve you? Does the president serve you? Or is he serving their own interests, their own bloodlines? In the kingdom to come, the king is the number one servant. The only position, the only proxy, the only reason to be there is to serve. And to make sure all needs are being fulfilled to the very best ability. Hey. So that everything is established, right? So now the king is your friend. Now the king is your servant. He's serving you. He's serving. If you are hey, if you're in that frequency, yes, your king is serving you. That's how they try to flip it though, right? They try to say like, oh yeah, your police are there to protect and serve you. But is that observable? Is that repeatable, an observable science? I don't think so.
It says you're brethren. And it says how basically you live on the same island, man.
Yeah.
Read again.
Man, the instrument of cruelty is that it goes into that voodoo, man.
Yeah, because Simeon, they use the Santeria, okay, which they use that against their own people, and Levi, y'all into that voodoo, man.
Hey, back in Genesis 49 and 5, Simeon and Levi are brethren.
Right.
Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
Right. It's nothing but wickedness on this island, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Hey, read some more on that. Yeah.
My bad, bro.
Yeah, just because some more too.
Okay. Verse 6, oh my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly.
Right, but because they have different wicked ass ceremonies here, and to add on top of it, they into this Roman Catholicism heavily. That's witchcraft too. Go ahead.
Mine honor be not thou united.
Wait a minute, mine honor be not thou united. So the Simeonites and the Levites, which are the Dominicans and the Haitians, they hate each other, although they both live on the same island. Go ahead.
For in their anger they slew a man.
Right. Going back to Simeon and Levi, the two sons of Jacob, they actually killed those different Hamites because one of those Hamites had raped their sister Dinah. Okay, go ahead.
And in their self-will.
Right quick, shout out to you know what I'm saying, a young queen, man, Madison, man. Madison, I think, I don't know if it's Madison D or Madison Smile Face. Whatever it is, she's wonderful, man. This queen, this sister's dropping just so much pertinent information. At the very end of this, we're going to pretty much go on what you call it, you know, we're gonna watch a bunch of Madison videos. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then also we're gonna get to that smooth perspective as well. But Madison dropped some drop on I believe a sacred text. A lot of us are familiar with it. You know, with the war. You know what I'm saying, going on between the sons of Jacob, and how, you know, just one of the sons of Jacob was slowing, you know, myriads, which is a measurement of 10,000. You know what I mean? So, you know, this son would jump up and slay 12. Judah would slay 12 myriads by himself. We got to understand this power we're talking about. Why we was invincible for a time, why we lost the power, why everybody said, man, we need to form a confederacy to keep these people asleep. Because the power is too great. If one of you can slay 120,000, you got to think about this, man. I mean, we are all, you know, of some order. They just never lost their history. So they got the drop on you with their witchcraft, their sorcery. But your energy goes above the firmament, goes to the throne. So when you connect, you are literally Superman. You got to think. I mean, again, it's a hypothesis. If Zeus is Ham, then who is Shem? Who's Enoch? Who's Noah? Are these merely men? Or are these gods amongst men? Do their power connect directly to the throne? Is that what made them dang near invincible until they started picking up idols? Idols is what got you here. That cross is what got you here. Walking around that black cube is what got you here. Bending your knee to Baal over and over again is what got you here. We had all this power, no sense. All this power, spoiled as a mug, spoiled as hell. Still are spoiled and stubborn. But we are peculiar, aren't we? Well, aren't we?
They dig down a wall.
Right. So that's the point, man. They killed those cities. They slew that city of Hamites. All right. Going back to actually, you know what? That's enough on that. We're gonna read this and we're gonna sum it up. Okay. We're gonna read. Get to the point. The official interpreter. Okay. And we have a document here that's called Taino Gold. Okay. And it speaks about how the Spaniards came over here to Hispaniola, which was first called Cascea, which means mother of all lands. That goes back to the Hebrew. We have the Hebrew word Quaraquai Ama, which means ground or land.
Pause it.
Ama,
check it out.
It means mother.
Check it out.
So motherland, Cascea, motherland, mother of all lands. That's what it was first called before they changed it to Hispaniola, and then later on it got changed to the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Go ahead.
It says the official interpreter for Columbus' fleet was Luis de Torres.
Yeah, Louis de Torres. So Columbus, when he came over here to the Western Hemisphere, to the Bahamas, to Cuba, to Hispaniola, all right, he brought interpreters that spoke Hebrew. Go ahead. Louis de Torres being one of them. Go ahead.
Louis de Torres, who was a converted Jew, Torres was chosen as a fleet interpreter because he spoke Hebrew and Arabic, which for some reason will enable him to communicate with the Chinese. Apparently, Torres...
That's bullshit. Yeah. Not communicate with the Chinese. Columbus was not going to Asia. That's another lie out there. Go ahead.
Apparently, Torres was unable to converse with the Taino in Hebrew.
Wait a minute. Louis de Torres was unable to converse with the Tainos in Hebrew. He was unable to. The question you should ask yourself, why would he even attempt to do that? Why would this man attempt to speak to the Tainos in Hebrew? Because he knew who the hell they were.
Body bag. The documentation is there for you. Red pill, blue pill. Wake up. Wakey, wakey. Eggs and turkey bakey. The documentation is there for you. Do you want it? Why would that man try to communicate with these Taínos in Hebrew? He's trying to do that. What does he know about them? Why would you speak to someone in Chinese if they weren't Chinese? Man. Come on, y'all. At some point, this goes beyond research, man. This is real time.
Man, that's why he did it. Go ahead.
Okay, was unable to converse with the Taino in Hebrew, so another course of action was deemed necessary.
Right, which was slaughter them.
Wow.
All right,
Wow.
Make them obey by pain. Since we can't talk to them, since we can't communicate orally, make them obey by pain. They would cut their noses off, chop their arms off, cut their legs off, cut their women's stomach open, take the baby out, skin them, flay them, burn them, burn 13 of them at a time in the name of what they call the Lord and Savior and the 12 apostles. Man, you can read that in this book we got right here. Okay. The devastation of the Indies by Bartolome de las Casas, okay, which was a Catholic priest, all right, he was sympathetic to the natives.
And again, I got love for these brothers, you know what I'm saying, because we are surfing this particular wave, going through, you know what I'm saying, our journey here, you know, I'll keep it, you know what I'm saying, as clear channel as possible, you know what I mean, as 100. So, you know, when a brother just admits right there, like, you know, they came over there and slaughtered us, you know what I'm saying, in the name of what they considered the Lord and Savior, right? So he's essentially saying, you know, well, I consider the Lord and Savior something different than he considered Lord. Like, they did it for the white version of Jesus, not the black version of Jesus. You know, in reality, they were sent by black people. So they were very aware of black or white versions of what they're calling Jesus, or, you know what I'm saying, the other names for it, you know what I'm saying. In reality, we can't separate the story. In reality, you were already here. In reality, the people, it's like they're dropping this drop, right? But they haven't fully realized that they're talking about themselves. They're dropping this drop with the mentality that they're talking about the other tribes, and that they're Judah, and that the other tribes is who they're talking about. They don't understand that, yeah, they could still be Judah, because obviously King Solomon was already here, Judah was already here. So this camp mentality that this has to be Gad, because a troop came on them. Man, it happened. A troop came on everybody. That prophecy fits every tribe. A troop will overtake you. No shit. I mean, you know. So, love to you, brothers. You know what I'm saying? But you are the indigenous American. You didn't come from Africa. They know that. They're not asking for reparations from slavery. They ain't saying, hey, I got 1,000 acres right here, you know. All them billionaires and millionaires over there are not creating a system for you to come back to their land, because those are the land of their fathers, and you're not welcome there. Not as a tribe. You know, you can go visit. But you can't take your 10,000 people and just go to their land. They're going to say, this is my father's land, literally. Like, we've always had this land. Who's your father? You're going to say, but I'm indigenous, baby. You're like, yes, indigenous to which part of Mother Earth? You black people supposed to be on the other side of the Western Hemisphere. So that's what they found you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I say this with all love, because I'm giving you your land back. I'm saying you're standing on your land. All these places you're visiting are you. Ain't that something? Everything you're digging up is you. So why would they try to talk to you in Hebrew? Because you are Hebrew. And that's who they found. When you look at the Gullah Wars, Florida, all these dark people here, that's you. You never left. They just told you came from somewhere else. You was here before Atlantis. Then they, you know how you always get the story that Africans were here first. They came here. There were people here from the beginning. They came here. When they say Africans, a lot of times they're talking about the Egyptians, Canaanites, and all that, which now we're seeing is the same seed. In many of these Greek mythologies, the Canaanite seed is the seed that they were mixing into. And that's what they say the Africans were already here. They're talking about the mixed seed of Canaanite and this Nephilim seed that formed this thing called Egypt, which is really Atlantis. Egypt is not your word, right? Atlantis is not your word, right? So what would you call it? You would call them invaders. You're indigenous. They invaded your land here. They effed that up, and then they went to Kemet and started in the Thutmose III, Thoth. That's when he started up over there as the 6th king of the 18th dynasty, which means the 5th king was the one that went down here with the ship. And you were already here, man. And the parts of Atlantis that was not destroyed are the parts that we're now calling South America, North America. And I believe, I have a theory that Peru is the center of it all. Poseidon's island, that's what was sunk, that connects Africa and North America. That was the connection between Africa and North America. That was sunk, which made those waters unnavigable. You couldn't navigate them, and they finally got through in 1400 something, and then figured out how to get past those harsh waters. Again, they didn't take you across those harsh waters from Africa. When you look it up, it's 4 times easier to leave coming from America to Africa than from Africa to America. It's 4 times harder from Africa to America. It's 4 times easier from America to Africa because of the Gulf Stream. You can take the Gulf Stream from America into the Canary Islands and different things like that without damn near doing anything. It'll push you up. But the journey back is 4 times more difficult. And that's their documentation. I mean, you can find that all over the place. So would it make sense that they took you from there in a direction that's 4 times more difficult to navigate and get through, and takes 3 times longer or something like that? At least 3 times longer, because it's 4 times harder. You know what I mean? So does that make sense that they took millions of us from there into that, or that they found us here finally in the 1500s and said, oh, are these the people that we've heard about, that we've read about? We got their scriptures. You are a fable to them. You have a power that connects to the throne. This is your land. You are from here. Take it. It's yours. It's your land. It's your gold. Any artifacts, Egyptian or otherwise, that's here, are invading your land. They have their own land by divine order, and only because your father gave it to them. Only because the Creator has given land to other people, but not if you're out of order. If you're out of order, look around you. See all these great civilizations. Where are they now? They were out of order. They started to oppress the root of the tree. And to get back in line, we must take the root and plant them again on their own land, on their own soil. This is your soil, King. So love to you guys. I love what you're doing, man. I really do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, here I am. I got to add my frequency to it. So, please take it in love, and let's keep rocking.
The Indies were discovered in the year of 1492. In the following year, a great many Spaniards went there with the intention of settling the land. Thus, 49 years have passed since the first settlers penetrate the land. The first so claimed being the large and most happy isles called Hispaniola.
Wait, so it lets you know that they wanted to colonize this land first. Which, going back to what he wasn't our tour guide. This is the guy that followed us. He claimed he was going to put us on something. We know what we doing, man. We speak this word with authority. We know our research, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He was a Simeonite, man, one of the hustlers, all right?
Which is 600 leagues in circumference. Around it in all directions are many other islands.
So this island, Quisqueya, Quaraquama, all right? They call it Hispaniola. This was the first city of Spain, all right? That was to be claimed by Spain. Go ahead, brother.
Some very big, others very small, and all of them were, as we saw with our own eyes, densely populated with native people called Indians.
Although Columbus, you know, he went to the Bahamas and he went to Cuba next. He went to the Bahamas first, Cuba next, and then he came here. The point is, this was the first city. That's why it was called Hispaniola. All right, go ahead.
And this large island was perhaps the most densely populated place in the world.
Wait a minute. This large island, this island we on right now, the Dominican Republic, it was the most largely densely populated island in the world. That's what the Spaniards called it, man, because there was so many people living here, because they were Israelites, man. Go ahead.
There must be close to 200 leagues of land on this island, and the seacoast have been explored for more than 10,000 leagues, and each day more of it being explored.
Okay.
And all the land so far discovered is a people.
A beehive of people. Go ahead.
It is all through God and crowded into these lands the great majority of mankind.
Because there was Israelites living here, man.
Populate fast. And all of the infinite universe of humanity, these people.
Brother, you were living here. That's our next step when we're becoming conscious of what's beneath our feet. I don't know which island you're from. I don't know what part of Americas, what so-called Americas you're from, but you are from the Western Hemisphere. You are from the copper-colored races that inhabit the Western Hemisphere. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I can't confirm, no one can confirm anything. We don't know who's an Israelite or Moabite or Amorite or anything else, right? But that Ruach, I feel you. You dig? I feel you in an energetic way, man. That connects right to the throne. So I look over all the titles. I just know that you're connected to the throne. So we're making our final transition here. We're making our final shift where we all gotta drop some things to pick some new things up. And I'm telling you, drop this understanding that you're not native here. Stop speaking of Israelites being there and say, I was here. You don't have to be from Simeon. You know how many, come on, man. Not just the Semites were in one part and this part and the Levites just stayed in Haiti. They all mixed in between. That whole land is mixed in between. You got Levites in Dominican Republic. You got Seminites in Haiti. So whoever you see now there, who knows how they got there? Who knows where they from? Melanin doesn't help you very much in identifying. So that's just going to be a stumbling block. The easy way to connect back to the throne is within, man. And that energy that you're speaking within, that energy that you're coming with is letting you know that Ruach and that fire is in you. It's in your brothers. I see it. I feel it in you. And that's why I'm vibing to it. But that Ruach got to click one more good time for you to remind you that you are the people you're speaking about. You are the Israelites. I know you know you're Israelite. But I don't think you understand that you're on your own land already. And that's why I'm breaking that point. If you do understand that, power. But for anyone who thinks you might not understand you're on your own land already, that you were already here, they found you here and took you to Portugal and Spain and to Africa. Remember, it's 4 times easier to go from here to there. So they found you here and started putting you 50 at a time, 25 here, 25 there, 100 here. But you know it didn't go down. From Africa, crossing those waters that were unnavigable, suddenly they just... And there's no war. No one's checking for nobody. Come on, man. The war ain't stopped. The war we've been hearing about is the war that happened when they invaded here. That's when you get into your Gola Wars. That's when you get into Columbus's own documentation in the Biblioteca de Sevilla saying, I'm going to America to seize the holy city and Mount Zion. All that is in the links. I got lots of links. I got like 20 links. I just keep them there for anybody to research. It's like a library. It's like a virtual library. Anytime. So if he's saying he's coming here to seize the holy city and Zion, Jerusalem, here, I'm saying you were here fighting for it. You were here with your family fighting them off, and it took them 8 months to seize that holy city from you. And they put you into perpetual servitude and put you on a ship from Mississippi to Florida and told your grandparents that they came from Africa. And they passed that down. As children, they got off these boats and they said, hey, you just came from a place called Africa. But you just came from Mississippi to Florida. And they confused them. That's what you're dealing with here. That's the level of nonsense we're dealing with. That's what we're fighting. Don't underestimate your enemy. Crafty, man. I'm serious. And you grew up lost thinking that you came from somewhere, and then a movie called Roots came out, and then everyone got a visual of this shit, and now they keep coming out with 12 Years a Slave and all this to reinforce the lie, just like the globe, just like the ball, the Bayal. They keep giving you an image of you coming off ships so that you don't claim your land again, because then you're going to knock on their door and say, why are you holding 770 million acres of land in a trust that you stole from the indigenous people? Why is it in a trust? Why is it just sitting in a trust? Why is 770 million acres of land sitting in a trust and we're stuck in ghettos? Because they took it from you. And they knew they had to give it back one day, man. That's the order. Remember, their master still has to fall in line. So that's the order. He said, keep it over there until they wake up and you got to give it back. You're on your own land, brother. Love to you.
The most guileless, the most devoid of wickedness,
The most guileless. They not deceitful, man. They good people. That's why it's called Taino, which means good people, man. Tawab Ayn, good people. Okay, go ahead, brother.
All right. The most obedient and faithful to these native masters and to the Spanish Christians whom they serve.
Right, because when the Spaniards came here, they actually thought it was the Lord and the angels coming back, man. You know, because they fell away from knowing the fullness of the prophecies that the Lord would come back on ships. You know, so, hey, man, they knew the scriptures, but they fell away.
Yeah, and that's why when they first capture a soldier, and basically when they started seeing that the body was decomposing, that's when they knew that these was actually the devils, man.
Yeah.
Coming over here.
Wow.
Okay.
So according to that theory, you know, everybody has a theory. If we approach it that way, then, you know what I'm saying? The only thing that we don't have to have a theory about is the things that we can actually see in stone, like our 10 Commandments. In Los Lunas, New Mexico, going back 1000 BC. And the Decalogue stones and Bat Creek stones and all these other stones with Moses in them and the tablets in them. So you know this shit is for real. That ain't no theory or myth. I'm looking at it from different sources. I don't care where you look at it. Now, we can put the pieces together. Now it's no longer a myth. And so that when they're saying this, their myth of, okay, they're looking for these white gods and they knew something, but they were confused somehow. We also understand that they were using Montezuma. We just dropped that, I think, in part 5. How they were coming in the shape of men, and they had sorcery on them. They had witchcraft on them. That's what it appears like. They had witchcraft on them. So he was going to sell, I mean, you know, he was under a spell. They were using him in Spain. Hiram Art dropped that. He was under a spell. He was possessed, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? So he worked with him. That's the fall, man. That's the fall. That's the fall of it all. You know what I mean? But we have been bent that knee, man. We have been bent that knee.
Yeah, because angels, man, they have celestial bodies. Go ahead.
The most obedient and faithful to their native masters and to the Spanish Christians whom they serve. They are by nature the most humble, patient, and peaceable, holding no grudges, free from embroilments, neither excitable nor quarrelsome.
All right, so if they told you that they are the most humble people on the planet Earth, man, why did it say that? Go ahead, brother. So you had a point you was about to make?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's Romans 8:16. It says, the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
Right, which is everything that the brother just read, man. Their spirit bears witness with the Bible. That they are the Israelites that lived here, that was called the Taino, and they still live for the day, man. So with that, we hope you brothers are edified. We want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Till next lesson.
And that's why I paused it earlier. And, you know, it is what it is. We all are journeying along, and we all, you know what I'm saying, are where we're at. But, you know, when they give honor in that way, you know, they're saying, you know, Yahweh, you know, they're saying in the Most High in the name of the Son. You know what I'm saying? So they're venerating the Son, the Son, the Son, the Son, the Son. We bent our knee to the Son here, the peacock, the sun, the feathers, Baal. The Christianity breaks down to the sun. We look in their sorcery where they package it, and we don't have a recordation of it here. And I just broke down that you're from here. So by default, you've been invaded and brought some type of sorcery book. And in it included some of your laws and some of your prophecies, but it ain't you writing it anymore. It's been packaged for you in the Council of Nicaea 1, 2, and 3. Before it got to you. And we're in a time-sensitive, you know, scenario where if it's tracing back to the Greek, and that's where we're getting this understanding that something's coming in between us and our Creator, that I can no longer walk in the room of my Father without walking through His Son. Is that what you find in stone? Is that true when you, or when you understand energy? Can anything come in between you and that which you are? That which you are in the signature of? If the Most High breathed His Ruach in you, is that not a direct transfer of energy? So the only source we have now to say that something is coming in between is hijacking the frequency of the direct connection, is going back to the language of that which destroyed you. That means you're still under the spell. And every time you say, hey man, I did all this in the name of the Most High, Holy of Holies. In the name of His Son, though. You know His Son. In the name of His Son. Hey, man, you just hijacked all of your energy. Can two walk together lest they agree? I want to walk together. But I'm walking into a direct frequency, a direct energy, a direct connection. Again, the Most High, Ancient of Days, breathed His energy signature directly into your bloodline. Directly from He to you, and said, there is no other God before me. Rule number 1. You are my only begotten Son. He said there is no other Savior but He. And suddenly we can't do anything without doing it in the name of His Son. He said there is nobody beside me. And now we can't do anything but doing it in the name of His Son. Do you see the hijack? As we wake up, we have to unplug these things too. It's not native to you. It's not in your DNA to be hijacked. Your power goes right to the top of the throne of the highest heaven. And they have hijacked your frequency. And you're sparking, man. I feel it. I feel your energy. You're sparking, man. And when you unplug the last things that's anchoring you into the illusion, this 440 hertz, and you plug directly into your Creator and let nothing come in between, you pray and you say, hey ya, hey ya. That's all you got. That's it. That's all. Look up your Strong's Concordance, 1961. You will see hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. You'll hear the native you know what I'm saying, chants, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. I just made that up just because it's in me, man. And it's in you. You just said everything you had. Look up Strong's Concordance, 1961. Look into the definition of heya, the primitive verb. It is to exist, to be, to become. Keep going. To redeem, to break. He's telling you the whole story in one primitive verb. Heya. That's the frequency of your creator. Come back home. We are all coming back home. We all got to humble ourselves and serve the frequency, man. The one. Nothing in between us. Then we are all powerful in his signature. It's not your son, you. When your son grows up, is he not you? Together, are we not heya? Together? Huh? That's breaking through the illusion of seclusion. Unity and community. All right, let's go. Love y'all.
Say shalom, shalom.
Shalom. Shalom, Aki. All right. Let's keep it moving. I'm really enjoying this, and again, this is love, man. I hope you feel it. You know what I mean? And can two walk together unless they agree? So, you know, I'm walking. Hopefully, we are all journeying, man. And if not, I got a strong feeling we will be. Let's get to that smooth perspective. I'm going to drop a couple minutes of each one so you can see what he's dropping right now and you can check it out for yourself. Keep the Atlantis stuff in mind because something he's going to drop is going to kind of bring us right back there. So don't think I left y'all. I know this is part 6. I know what the titles say. I'm still trying to get there. But we're suffering. We're suffering. I love it. And I'm done. I'm done. You ain't going to see me for a while. I'm taking a vacation. We're getting to you, man. We're getting to you. Let's go. It might be hard to hear because the volume's a little low. Yeah. It's about as high as I can get it. But see if you can hear it, and if not, I'll drop the link. And again, I'm just going to drop a couple minutes of each one. I'll try to be quiet.
Going into Mackinac Island history. As you can see, we've got some natural like arches and stuff. Pretty cool little wilderness area. This is an island off of Michigan. Now, when I was reading about the history, Mackinac Island was home to a Native American settlement in the 17th century before Europeans began exploration of the area. The island became a valuable position for the commerce of the Great Lakes fur trade, leading to the establishment of Fort Mackinac by the British during the American Revolutionary War. Archaeologists have excavated fish hooks, pottery, and other artifacts dating back to around 900 AD. The Anishinaabe, or Ojibwa, Indian tribes were some of Mackinac Island's first known inhabitants. Now, these people right here, this is what this whole video is kind of going to revolve around, is these people. They were the first known inhabitants who considered the island to be the sacred home of the Gitche Manitou, or the Great Spirit. According to legend, Mackinac Island was created by the Great Hare, Mishabu, and was the first land to appear after the recession of the Great Flood.
Whoa. Okay. He said, so hopefully you can hear that. He said, so this particular island they're calling Mackinac, and this, I don't know if you can see it, but the W keeps changing to a C. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. So Mackinac, Enoch, maybe, I don't know. But this land that appeared, you're saying just after the flood, this thing pops up. All right. Now, I believe we could match that with the spirit science video. When you go back to that, it says that when Lemuria sunk, this other island just popped up. right? And that's what they call this particular area of Atlantis. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know exactly what geography we're talking about, but it's very interesting that this story is popping up. The flood is popping up, and now we have some mystical land in their own. This is other information substantiating what we built from part 1 through 5. That's all we're just drawing it all together in part 6. So now we got this other land now appearing out of nowhere, and this is in their own, you know what I'm saying, recordation. Let's back it up a little bit.
Natural, like arches and stuff, pretty cool little wilderness area. This is
Sorry for the volume.
Michigan. Now, when I was reading about the history,
See the way this keeps changing to a C?
Island was home to a Native American
Now that's a C.
settlement in the 17th century before Europeans began exploration of the area.
W.
The island became a valuable position for the
C.
commerce of the Great Lakes.
Now it says Mackinac. You'll see it in the second change back to a W, Mackinac. I don't know what that kind of trickery. This is just trickery. This is only Lucifer would do something like this. You know what I'm saying? Why? Anyway, if you look at it like that, it says Mac. This could be Enoch, Anak. I don't know. You tell me. Weird.
Fur trade, leading to the establishment of Fort Mackinac by the British during the American Revolutionary War. Archaeologists have excavated fish hooks, pottery, and other artifacts dating back to around 900 AD. The Anishinaabe, or Ojibwa, Indian tribes were some of Mackinac Island's first known inhabitants. Now, these people right here, this is what this whole video is kind of going to revolve around, is these people. They were the first known inhabitants who considered the island to be the sacred home of the Gitche Manitou, or the Great Spirit. According to legend, Mackinac Island was created by the Great Hare, Mishabu, and was the first land to appear after the recession of the Great Flood. The island was a gathering place for...
So now you got that 2 flood story that people are getting at. There was a flood even before, which could have been the sinking of Lemuria. And Lemuria sunk, and then this Atlantis pops up. And then whenever North America, South America, Peru, all that stuff popped up, you know, I don't know when and how that relates. I'm sure it's all kind of one big dance, one big song and dance, you know. But it's interesting because these lands are just popping up. We don't even think like that. Like, oh, this land came up at one point. And at another point, it was down. Right? This type of pole shift, this type of pulse that the earth has, you know, when you understand it. So, interesting stuff. Let's see a little bit more before I switch to another of his drops.
Local tribes where offerings were made to Gitche Manitou, and was where tribal chiefs were buried. Now, I got to keep this moving because I'm on a time crunch with this camera set up. Anishinaabe, or more properly Anishinaabe or Anishinaabe, which is the plural form of the word, is a collective term that refers to the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Algonquin people who all share closely related Algonquin languages.
When you research this Algonquin language, I believe one of the links that's up goes into that with the Maya, the so-called Maya, and that Algonquin, you know what I mean, and how that's relating very closely to Hebrew, according to these particular drops. So I'm looking more into that, but please do the same.
There are many variant spellings of the name Anishinaabe, which essentially means first or original people. For instance, among the Eastern...
Anishinaabe, Anasazi. Is there any real difference? The next drop we're going to go to, he drops directly on the Anasazi people, so clearly he sees the correlation. You know what I mean? So, first peoples. But these particular peoples, these first peoples, that's like a title saying these are the original first motherfucking peoples. I don't believe that they're referring to any particular tribe. I don't think they're including, Canaanite tribes and all these other tribes when they say Anasazi. I say they're saying they understand that is their particular land by order. They are the first people of that land. They are there by divine right. They are first peoples. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a little suffering I'm trying to connect right now.
In Ojibwe and Odawa, the name is released Nishnabee. The cognate word Nishnabee comes from Potawatomi, a people long allied with Odawas and Ojibways, who together form the Council of Three Fires, identified as Anishinaabe, but not part of the Council of Three Fires are Nipissing, Mississaugas, and Algonquin. The Saulteaux.
Now, notice Algonquin is not included in the Council of Three Fires. So if this Algonquin language is Hebrew or some variant of it, it's outside of this Three Fire thing. It's outside of, these are the peoples that's outside of the loop, right? Because the rings, the three rings, in my understanding, I'm just theorizing, may be referring to the actual specific island of what they're calling Atlantis with that bullseye looking three ring thing. You know what I'm saying? You all seen it, the three rings, So those three rings, the island that they say Poseidon built after he raped this native girl. He killed her parents because he lusted after her. He took her and he built this three ring island. That was his man-made thing. That's what got sunk because it was artificial. You see, their artificial stuff is what's really being sunk here. The angels built their own lands here. And the Most High keeps sinking it. That's what's going on. The part of Atlantis that got sunk was the artificial part that Poseidon built, that the fallen angels built, the Nephilim seed that is Egypt, not Kemet. When you say Kemet, you're talking about the indigenous people, the one that Thoth in Emerald Tablet 1 referred to barbarians and said that the indigenous Cometians attacked them with spears. And Thoth raised his staff and put a vibration on them and made them cower at his feet. Grovel at his feet, he said. He put them into a slave vibration. We're in a slave frequency. That's 440 hertz. Documented. Disconnecting your DNA, shredding you. Cell phone towers, MP3s, TVs, radio, all that. You have to go the extra mile. Take the extra step and tune it. Go to 4th through the drop. Learn how to do it yourself. Do it for free. Do it, man. Do what you got to do. So the Algonquin people were outside of this particular ring. Let's get that back, and then we're going to go on, man. Go on to a next little drop. But my man Smooth, Chalaq, man, you dropping it.
Mississaugas, and Algonquin. The Saulteaux people of western Manitoba and eastern Saskatchewan are also Anishinaabe, a sub-tribe of the Ojibwe, but they often call themselves Nakao. The Saulteaux eastern Saskatchewan are also Anishinaabe. The Southwest Council of Free Odawa. The name is released Nishnabee. The cognate word Nishnabee comes from Potawatomi, a people long allied with Odawas and Ojibways, who together form the Council of Three Fires. Identified as Anishinaabe Odawa, the name is released Nishnabee.
So, the Council of Three Fires. In the Greek mythology, you know what I'm saying, that was the Or even in the spirit science, we just saw some of that where they said in the Emerald Tablets, it's described as in the middle are the narcals. They're calling them narcals. I mean, in the very bullseye, in the very center of it, those are the higher ascended masters. Those are the actual fallen angels. Right? So the fallen angels, they're calling narcals, occupy the very center of the bullseye. Then the second ring around that, they called them Maya. They actually spelled it M-A-Y-A, Maya. That's where we're getting this from. This is Atlantean talk. Okay? And those were the priesthood, they said. That's the priesthood. And then the ring around that, the third ring, they called them the Lemurians, just the regular people, whatever, you know what I mean? So perhaps the people they're calling Maya were the priests over the regular people, or they were the priesthood under the fallen angels, which might make more sense, right? Now, he's dropping here how this connects to us is that he's saying that there are other tribes, or these were other languages of the other tribes of people outside of those three rings. So outside of them were other people. These are the people, according to my theory, according to what we're journeying on, these are the people that are you. The people outside of the ring. The people with their own priesthood, their own order, the order of the Heya Heya. This is not Heya Heya's order, this ring thing. So the people outside of that would be Heya Heya, right? Or you'll be trying to get into the middle of the bullseye the same way we try to get into Hollywood. We try to be important. We try to do all this stuff in their kingdom to try to get into the middle of the bullseye, the target. We got to get outside of the target to be free. Their target is bullshit. It's a corporation.
The cognate word Anishinaabe comes from Potawatomi, a people long allied with Odawas and Ojibways, who together form the Council of Three Fires, identified as Anishinaabe, but not part of the Council of Three Fires are Nipissing, Mississaugas, and Algonquin. The Saulteaux people of western Manitoba and eastern Saskatchewan are also Anishinaabe, a sub-tribe of the Ojibwe, but they often call themselves Nakawik, and their form of the Anishinaabe language is Nakawamoan, closely related to the Ojibwe, and speaking a language mutually intelligible with Anishinaabe-Moan, Anishinaabe language, are the Oji Cree, also known as Severn Ojibwe. However, their most common self-description is Anishinawag, and their language Anishinaabe-Moan. Just kind of wanted to go into that. Now, we're coming.
All right, let's let it rock.
Into this, I thought was kind of cool. Important terms and concepts related to the Ojibwe creation story. Buzu means hello.
Okay, so this is their own creation story. Their own creation story. Outside of any biblical influence of any scholar or church or anything. We read the cliches. We're still reading the Mayan cliches, so-called Mayan cliche, Aztec stuff, right? And that's, they're talking about Moses parting the Red Sea. They're describing their journey. Then we see the Decalogue stones, and these stones that are going back, some people say, some scholars are saying, prior to 1000 BC, 1500, or even before that. I just put them in the time of the migration. Whenever this migration was happening back onto their own land, Remember, they came in saying, we have returned to our mountains, our valleys. They knew it belonged to them by divine right, by divine order. It was their land of Shem, right? So when they came back and said, our mountains, our valleys, then now you have these stones in New Mexico and, you know what I'm saying, all throughout, man. Arizona, I believe. Los Lunas, you know what I'm saying? And that's matching up with their migration coming back home. Now, he's about to drop a creation story of a tribe I ain't even heard of, but it's probably all the same thing. But here's another look at it, man. Check it out.
And indirectly makes reference to the idea that Ojibwe are related to original man, or Anishinaabe, also known
Original man, Adam. So they're saying these people have bloodline that go back to Adam. That's a very particular thing when you understand real history. Not everybody's bloodline goes back to Adam.
later as Wainabuzu or Nanaboju, etc. Magwech means thank you, and Mashomis means grandfather. Since everything in the world was created before original man, many things are referred to as grandfather. Madeline Island in the Apostle Islands in Luke, Superior, in Lake Superior, is significant because of the Ojibwe believe their ancestors migrated there from the east coast of North America, and it was their final stopping place after 500 years of migration following the dream of the prophet of the first fire to move or be destroyed. Teachings about Ojibwe history are passed down orally.
That's very interesting. He says dream of the prophet of the first fire. So again, we're pontificating. You know? Who's the prophet of the first fire? Is that a good thing or bad thing? I don't know. The way it appears to look is that these fires might look like they're representing these particular rings. Their fires could mean something completely different. You know, so take a journey with me. We're just rocking back and forth. I don't know anything, I'm telling y'all. I'm just a kid from Inglewood. I don't know what three fires are. No, but that's interesting. So, you know, please delve into that. Who's the prophet of the first fire? All right, but either way, they said they're migrating from, the East Coast? So whatever land they're coming from, see, we always assume because they are concluding, even though they say that it's inconclusive, that we came from Central Asia and all this kind of stuff. Have you ever thought that perhaps we didn't come from any of the land or territory you see around you? Perhaps it was a sunken territory? Perhaps we had to take a journey, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, we don't know, right? I mean, the Bering Strait makes sense. But then, where, you know what I mean? It's like, where did we come from? There was a lot of land that's not here anymore. And we try to just look on the map right now and say, we must have came from right there. But there's a lot of land that was sunk. Could our forefathers have come in here from the East Coast, from that tip of North America, Vermont past that tip, from a land that was previously connected to that tip? And they crossed in and, you know what I'm saying, did all this stuff because, you know, all this flood was happening. The waters was risen. People was dying and sinking. Could they have migrated in? You know what I'm saying? All this stuff that's not here leaves a lot of open ground just for the thought. Don't destroy the thought. The thought's going to get you there. Don't be afraid to be wrong. It's okay. I'm not saying I'm right about any of this. That's the beauty of it. You can't prove me wrong because I never proved myself right. I've taken that power away from you. If you're here, you're just here to sit and be in a classroom. That we're all here just enjoying the journey of a classroom conversation. We're here for a classroom conversation. I'm not here to, give any, definitive anything. You know what I'm saying? But if you're down just to think and enjoy being able to think and freely think and ponder without judgment from someone saying, you're wrong, it can't be, shut up, get out of this class. You're not for this classroom. We are thinkers here. We're not afraid here. Where do we come from? Where was Assyria? Where was Babylon? You know what I'm saying? Are they still here? Were they sunken too? Come on, think with me.
Bark scrolls were used to write down things using pictographic writing. Aki, the earth, is a woman and had a family. The sky is called Father, Nebuchadnezzar. The moon is called Grandmother. Jesus, the son, is grandfather.
Whoa.
Gitchi.
Look, man, y'all look this up. But that's mighty effing interesting, right? Jesus is the son? Look how they got me. As soon as I said that, hey, y'all saw this in real time, right? Y'all saw what they did in real time, right? Jesus is the son? I think I got my answer. They said, cut the link. Let me see if I can get it back, man. Wow. I never seen that before. Live in full effect. That's crazy. Oh, they cut my internet connection. Look. Alright. I tell y'all like this, man. It's a dangerous game we play. This is not just information, this is power we're talking about. Nobody wants you to have it. What you're seeing in real time is literally the static. It's the grid itself, you know what I'm saying? I'm still in the grid, so I'm still subject to a little bit of this fuckery, you know what I mean? But as far as my energy is concerned, I'm unfuckwittable. That's the truest thing you need to know. If I use their fallen angel technology that has a 666 on it, then I gotta know that they're gonna master their technology, and with technology they can fuck with you, right? So they can cut your internet at any time. It says no network. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what a network is. It said enter what? These guys are confused. So we'll wait. But anyway, let's finish the thought, and then if it comes back up right away, cool. If not, I'm sorry. It's going to be a part 7 because I want to drop more on that. And remember, Jesus is the son. Right? Just blew it all up. We just glitched the whole system. And that's what we're talking about. And that's, again, word to my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Is that relationship, you can't just change his name and then take his story and then just take it word for word as if it's real spill. When you destroy the Christian, Jesus, you know what I'm saying, you also destroy that version. You destroy the whole version of it. You take a little bit of, a little bit of truth, and they scatter it like sand. And they let this dude walk on water. We have to be free. In that story, he dies. He doesn't free his people. He comes back. He doesn't free his people. They're still in captivity. Look at your timeline. Where was Judah? Where was Ephraim? While he's walking to and fro, doing his damn thizy. And then you hear from this text, and it spells it G-E-E-S-U-S, Jesus. And they said that's the Son. Remember, man, our people fell. They were still worshiping the Son. We can't separate them from the Son worship. When we see their cliches, we got to understand that they're in a mentality where they had bent a knee. You're just going to have to suffer through even their bullshit to get to the creation, to get to the babies, because they're not going to give you the real spiel. They're going to still give you some mixed leavened stuff because they've been leavened. This was the end. This was our fall. But what you get the migration, right? You understand that there's a great spirit, right? You understand that they don't say, oh, there's a bunch of guys. Like, most of them just say there's a great spirit. But they still venerate the Son, and they still do this. But now we're understanding that that's in the same frequency of all the pyramids, of most, at least, of the pyramids, of this grid that was set up on you, that was not natural here. Just like those lands weren't natural that Poseidon was building. All this man-made stuff, a lot of it is angel-made stuff. And that has what been sunk and destroyed time and time again. And that's my running theory on it so far, you know. Let's see if we can do this one more time. Don't you like it, man? Don't you like when they get at us in real? We had the same issue in the radio show. You know what I'm saying? We'll be dropping something live. We were broadcasting through Live 365. When you go back on our site, you can listen to a lot of our radio shows. They're still up there. Go to show archives. And, you know, we've been trying to drop that drop. And, yeah, man, it'll be something live, and it'll just cut our feed. Live 365, just, we're going through maintenance all of a sudden, you know, right when it got hot. So, you know, they've been trying to surf this wave for a minute, you know. Let's see if I can get on this one. Yeah, they've been trying to, you know, be static, but remember, there's only order. So, at the end of the day, that's a good thing. Come on. I think I got something going. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to really hope not to do a Madison part 7. Wait, do I got it? Oh, hey man, hey, come on, hey, man. Gotta vibrate with me. I just was able to, there's a hospital nearby, and somehow crack their code and get on their internet. It might be real slow. They took mine completely offline, so we'll see what happens. Time Warner cable, you know. Man, Smooth has dropped like a gang of mo drops. Wait a minute. I hear you. Oh, here we go. We back. Hey ya. Let's go. Let's finish strong. Thank y'all for being patient. But y'all see what they doing to me, right? I mean, I'm not making this shit up. I ain't making this up, man. Turn this brightness up a little bit. They tried to hijack us, man. Knock my boots off. Now you gotta knock Kaiser's internet out. You gonna knock out Kaiser's too? Huh? Y'all gonna knock out Kaiser internet too? Cause I'm dropping that drop? Man, what that cat say? Let's run it back, Smooth. Wait, I forgot where we was at. Man, Jam Up Jones.
Native Americans should support and respect each other's traditions and one tribe's belief parts of Mother Earth. Earth, wind, fire, and water. And blew into
All right, listen up.
and had a family. The sky is called Father. Never Jesus.
Hey ya.
The moon is called Grandmother. Jesus, the son, is grandfather.
You gonna cut out Kaiser internet too, fool? Order over chaos. Yeah, you see it, man. Read this for yourself. Pull up the link. Check out Smooth Perspective. It says Jesus. Where is it? Right there. GEESIS, the Son. But the Son is capital, the grandfather, right? So that's just kind of showing you a reference to something called Jesus is the Son. And they are worshiping the Son. They came over here with a story to hijack your frequency to make you worship the Son. But the Son of what? Not the actual Sun, not Thomas. Not the small little 32-mile diameter sun that's shining so bright, circling you every day. Or going in a straight line. But we'll get to that. They are worshiping the son of Saturn, Jupiter. Jupiter is the son of Saturn. Saturn is Satan in their mythology and in Trill Spill. That's the energy of Saturn, right? You know it every time you see Saturn, you don't feel good. Never. It's like, okay, that's crazy. That's spooky. Get out of there. Right? So the sun, you know, in their mythology, Jupiter and Saturn had a scrap. Saturn tried to eat up all Uranus and all the other planets. And then Jupiter, like, cut open his belly, and then all his brothers and sisters were free. And then they started pretty much worshiping him because he freed them. See, when you free somebody, they fall in line behind you. In the character, in the story, in the New Testament, who was freed by their Jesus? Was his people free? Oh, he said he's going to come back one day, and then he'll do it one day. He'll do it, right? But in Isaiah and in the Torah, your father says, I'm going to come back myself. There is no Savior beside me. Rule number 1, put no God before me. I assume that means beside me too. And then he says, well, I'm right on the right hand of, I'm on the right hand of my father. And I'm going to do this myself. And I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And he raised up. And these people were still in captivity. And have been in captivity for thousands of years. Everybody that we've called a Mashiach has freed our people at some point in time. That is that's the definition of Mashiach. A savior. What is salvation? It's being saved from what? Tyranny. What's tyranny? The invaders. Invasion. Captivity. That's salvation, is being free from captivity in real spill. If your Mashiach did not free your people from captivity, does it qualify? We're just running a hypothesis.
Gitchi Manitou, creator or great.
Matter of fact, y'all check the rest of that out. You know, I'm gonna try to squeeze the rest of this in. there's 2 more I wanted to do, but I just don't have enough battery for it. So I want to get right to what Madison D or Madison Smiley Face, but beautiful queen right there. Thank you so much, you know what I'm saying, for the energy that you're putting in. You know what I'm saying, you're very creative minded. I love your package product, you know what I'm saying, that you put out there. It's very thoughtful, and I enjoy it, you know what I'm saying, being, you know what I'm saying, someone who's into editing and stuff like that. I appreciate your editing. So thank you for taking the time. Let's get to Madison D's drop. It's pretty dope, if I might say so. Oh, I can't. Yo, can we do a quick say la? Say la. Take a pause from the information. Take a pause from trying to figure it out with your left brain. All right, time to balance yourself a little bit. This is Smooth. I just dropped Smooth Perspective. This is why I call him Smooth. The Hebrew word for smooth is Chalaq, so I call him Chalaq, and you'll see why. One of the coldest roller skaters, man. You can't, hey. Chalaq. Check out Chalaq on the wheels, man. I hope you don't mind, bro. But the people need to know. Yeah. Chalaq. Smooth. Be Smooth. They call him Be Smooth on the skates, man. Everybody know Be Smooth. Hey, man, that's gangster as that's gangster as could be, man. Yeah, Chalaq. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Go. Go. Man. Say a lot. You gotta enjoy this, man. Hey. Oh. Hey. That's all good, man. It's all good. That's cold. That's cold work. That's Code X right there. Get down, man. Get down, man. Do it then. Do it then. Oh, man. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody trying to skate with them. They can't keep up on the wheels. Yeah, man. That's that world on wheels right there, man. Shout out the world on wheels, man. Hey. Chalaq. Y'all just gotta take a say loud on that one, man. Just take a little, you know, vibrate to that, man. Check out Be Smooth. You know, he's always in the community. Always teaching the kids, man, in his community how to skate. You know what I'm saying? You know, he doesn't talk about much. He's very humble. He never talks about all the stuff he's doing, man, for kids in your community all throughout Illinois. Going there, teaching them how to skate. You can see how smooth he is, so you know the kids is eating it up, enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Chalaq for all he's doing in the community, teaching the kids how to skate, waking them up, shaking them up. You know what I'm saying? And that's Be Smooth. That's why they call him Smooth. That's why his joint is called Smooth Perspective, because he's just giving his perspective on things in a very manner that, hey, you might not feel it smooth because it's true. The truth makes you uncomfortable. It might not be that smooth to you, right? But I'm telling you, man, from my angle, when I look at it, when I see what he's doing and the sword he's swinging, it's smooth as eggs. Chalaq, Chalaq, Chalaq. Man, peace to your brother. Peace to your brother. Peace to your king. All right, Madison D. I love this queen. Like I said, she's dope. Please subscribe to Madison D. Madison D got the drop. I call her Madison D because I look like a D, right? Am I tripping? I know that's a smiley face. So, I don't know what you want. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? All right. Madison. I think I'm safe there. Madison. Can I say Madison Smiles? Smiles. Smiles. All right. That's your name. Your name is Smiles. It's your own fault. I have the documentation. Alright, so check out Smiles. She calls herself Madison. And she's dope. Alright, so we're gonna do a marathon. Dang, I couldn't think of that word earlier. I was like, man, I want to do a Madison Smiles marathon. We're gonna do a marathon of Madison. She wants you to see what's in her backpack because she is excited to go camping. Let go. And it's dope the way she edits. I love her style. It's fun. It's cool. It's awesome. Yes, sir. Awesome, man. Hey. 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 Oh. Take notes if you got to. Rewind this if you got to. I'm just leading you to the water, baby. I'm just trying to make you swim. Yeah. Looks like fun. Looks like a good time. Huh? While you're getting fumigated in your cities, you might want to suit up. Wait, what you say with the 432? That's dope, man. I mean, the queen is working it. Do you see the effort, man? For you? You think she's doing it for herself? Do it seem like she want glory? I don't even see her face. She just chilling, using her talent for Israel, putting in her energy into the pot. And when you do that, it's free, man. You're free. It's free energy. Circulate it. Right now, we don't circulate no energy. We just give it away. We hijack left and right. We do everything. We say, yeah, man, God, I love you. I love you. I love you. In the name of your son, Jesus. No, you say, I love you, Father. Hey. You know what I mean? That's it. Direct energy. Transfer. Let's back it up, man. She said something cold. How real is this, man? How cold X is she? Not only is she dropping you solid survival suit up information, but she's also putting you in a 432 experience. So while you were listening to that, you were in a frequency above the firmament so that you can make proper, clear-minded choices and decisions and focus with a part of yourself that is not in prison. Smiles is doing this to you. Cold work. Queens to you. My sister on the real time, running time. On the running time, flapjack. You know what I'm saying? You know how to speak that jive. Don't act like you don't know what I'm saying. Don't act like I'm all by myself. Just because I'm sitting in the dark, don't mean I don't see the light. Yo, let's check out In My Backpack Part 2. She just dropped this 5 hours ago. Subscribe to Smiles. Madison. Alright? Part 2, mofos. On your ear hole. Let go. 432. You already know. You in 432 hertz, man. Swag frequency. Smiles. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Come on. I can't wait to get back live on the radio, man. That's why I'm so antsy. I'm about to be talking shit in real time. All of your left shoulder bone. Yeah. Come on. Woo. What? You don't feel that, you ain't shit. If you don't feel this, you ain't shit. Love to y'all, man. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Put it on my life. Down there, play chess back. Let me start freestyling facts on y'all. I gotta do part 2. I'm over here slipping on my pimping. Man, smiles, man. Smiles. Smiles. You did it again. Hey, everybody, I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're in your car, if you're at work. Put your shit down for a second, man. And just say smiles, man. Smiles, man. Love you. We love you. You know what I'm saying? Love what you're doing. We love what you do. Real talk. Let's keep it going, man. We're in the Smiles Marathon. So, what does she have? What does Smiley have next? Nah, I hope you don't mind. You know, I'm just not your average grape. Why they fear the tribes. We dropped, some drop ago. Lex Will dropped it as well. Whoever it was. You're about to see it right here. The general of the military general saying their number one fear is tribes. And we said, why are they saying? He said UFOs. He said little green men. He said hybrid armies and shit. All this shit. But the number one thing he said is tribes. He went from least to greatest. Why do they fear the tribes? And you're about to understand why. And it's going to kind of freak you out. But then it's going to make perfect sense. And you might come back to light. You understand? Madison, man. Let's get it. You are phenomenal. Real talk. Let's go. And if my battery runs out, there will be a part 7. That's just how it got to be. Oh, come on, don't say they cut out the hospital internet. Woo. Woo, thought they got us again. Scared me. Check it out. Wait, I want to back up. I think I want y'all to see something first.
With terrorists?
Now you're going to say you're going to be dealing with terrorists?
You'll be dealing with terrorists?
You heard that?
You'll be dealing with...
I'm trying to pause it.
You'll be dealing with...
Alright, so you just heard him say the first thing he's afraid of out of 4 is top 4 fears. Whatever it is. Hey, hold up. It's top 4 things. From least to greatest. Number 4, he just said terrorist. Alright, what does terrorist mean? It means people that they train to, fit that role in the illusion of this terror. What is terror? Terror basically can mean anything, right? So it's something that's open-ended. They can function and just say terrorist, and then everyone assumes some image that they've, inception inside your brain. So, we see all the documentation going back to how we've trained all of these people, right? So that's all one thing. When you see a terrorist thing, it's all still a part of the same system. Every bit of their army is the same. The only thing that's different is you. All of it is against you. It's all working together against you. You just are in the illusion like it looks like it's separate, but it's not. Their terrorists are the same as the army, it's the same as it is, the same as it is that. And I'm not saying that there's not good people in doing this and doing that, but they just don't understand their role on the chessboard. They're being used, against the Most High. People. They're figuring out that right now. That these new commands that they got, these new exercises, is all about domestic. Domestic, domestic, domestic. They're coming for you. It's not even like they're coming just for everybody. When you research the King Alfred's plan, you'll see you are the end game. It's all about you. It's always been about you. They're all working together. Just like Psalms 83, they've made a confederacy against Israel. You are Israel. That's why they came over here trying to communicate with you in Hebrew. And he said, number 4, terrorists. What's number 3?
Terrorists. You'll be dealing with hybrid armies.
Hybrid
You'll be
army.
dealing with little green men.
Little green
You're
men.
going to be dealing with tribes.
Tribes. Number 1 is tribes, so keep that in mind.
While Jacob and his sons were sitting in
Now she's gonna this recording is from these sacred texts, and you can go to her site and you can get the links to those, and you can research those and recon those, and they're extra stories, or they're actually deeper stories, or they go deeper into certain of the stories that have been canonized, right? Even our Tanakh has been canonized, right? They have to approve it, and then they release it and publish it, right? So they're still keeping stuff away from us, and that's what we're, falling into this information, just like Daniel 12 says, So let's check it out.
the house of learning, occupied with the study of the Torah. Dinah went abroad to see the dancing and singing woman, whom Shechem had hired to dance and play in the streets in order to entice her forth. Had she remained at home, nothing would have happened to her. But she was a woman, and all women like to show themselves in the street. When Shechem caught sight of her, he seized her by main force.
Just read along. I know it's low, but just read along to it.
This misfortune befell Jacob as a punishment for his excessive self-confidence. In his negotiations with God, he used the expression, "My righteousness shall answer for me hereafter." Besides, on his return to Palestine, when he was preparing to meet his brother, he concealed his daughter Dinah in the chest, lest Esau desired to have her for wife, and he gave life to give her to him. God spoke to him, saying, "Because thou acted unkindly toward thy brother, and therefore Dinah will have to marry Joel, one that is neither circumcised nor unleavened. Thou didst refuse to give her to one that is circumcised, and one that is uncircumcised to take her. Thou didst refuse to give her to Esau in lawful wedlock, and now she will fall a victim to the ravishing illicit passion." When Jacob heard that Shechem had defiled his daughter, he sent 12 servants to fetch Dinah from Shechem's house. But Shechem went out to them with his men, and drove them from his house. He would not suffer them to come up to Dinah, and he kissed and embraced her before their eyes. Jacob then sent 2 ladies of his servants' daughters to remain with Dinah in the house of Shechem. Shechem bade 3 of his friends go to his father no more.
Just right quick. So when Jacob sent his sons out, if I'm reading this correctly, I'm sorry, he didn't send his sons out. He sent, I believe he said some servants out. I want to get that back a little bit. And then Shechem came out with his army or whatever and drove them back. So don't get it twisted. He didn't drive back the sons of Jacob. He drew back the servants that Jacob sent. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was confused about. Like, how do they drive back the same people? But now I understand it. It said, when Jacob heard that Shechem had defiled his daughter, he sent 12 servants to fetch Dinah from Shechem's house. But Shechem went out to them. So he sent 12 servants. So that's what I was thinking, like, they didn't go to war with his sons, they went to war with the servants. So you can continue to read along. This is very interesting, and it gets hot.
now she will fall victim to an actress' illicit passion. When Jacob heard that Shechem had defiled his daughter, he sent 12 servants to fetch Dinah from Shechem's house. But Shechem went out to them with his men, and drove them from his house. And he would not suffer them to come up to Dinah. And he kissed and embraced her before their eyes. Jacob then sent 2 maidens of the servants' daughters to remain with Dinah in the house of Shechem. Shechem bade 3 of his friends go to his father-in-law, the son of Chalaq, the son of Chalaq, and said, "Get me this damsel to wife." Hamor tried at first to persuade his son not to take the Hebrew woman to wife, but when Shechem persisted in his request, he did according to the word of his son, and went forth to communicate.
So Shechem's dad said, "Look, man, if don't even mess with this Hebrew woman, especially if she's coming from this family, because, you know what I mean, like, they are on another level. That ain't that type of drama you don't even want. These people are something else." But he insisted.
Concerning the matter. In the meanwhile, the sons of Jacob returned from the field, and, filled with wrath, they spoke unto their father, saying, "Surely that is the greatest man in this household, who is the Lord God of the whole earth, commanded Noah and his children, that man shall never rob nor commit adultery. Now, behold, Shechem has ravaged and committed fornication with our sister, and not one of all the people of the city spake a word. Hamor came to speak to Jacob with the words of his son concerning Dinah. And after he ceased to speak, Shechem himself came to Jacob and repeated the request made by his father. Simon and Levi answered Hamor and Shechem deceitfully, saying, "All you have spoken unto us we will do, and, behold, our sister is in your house. But keep away from her until we send to our father Isaac concerning this matter, for we can do nothing without his counsel. He knows the ways of our father Abraham, and whatever he saith unto us we will tell you. We will conceal nothing from you." Shechem and his father went home thereafter, satisfied with the result achieved. And when they had gone, the sons of Jacob asked him to seek counsel and pretext in order to kill all the inhabitants of the city who had deserved this punishment on account of their wickedness. Then Simon said to him, "I have good counsel to give you. Bid them be circumcised. If they consent not, we shall take our daughter from them and go away. And if they consent to do this, then, when they are in pain, we shall attack them and slay them." The next morning Shechem and his father came again.
So they just laid out the T's and C's, the whole battle plan, just like that. They didn't really want to have to destroy these people over the situation, yet they had to do something. I mean, man, that's their sister. That's their sister. What would you do for your sister, right? So they sent word and they got, whatever plan. And they said, all right, well, look, we'll tell them that they got to get circumcised. And if they get circumcised, they can, he can marry our sister. If they refuse, we'll just kill them and take our sister. If if they do it, then we'll still kill their ass while they're in pain. So either way, it's like we're going to kill their ass. Both Plan A and Plan B led to them slaughtering these people when you look at it.
And the sons of Jacob spoke deceitfully to them, saying, "We told our father Isaac all your words, and your words pleased him. But he said, that thus did Abraham his father command him from God, that any man that is not of his descendants, who desireth to take one of his daughters to wife, shall cause every male belonging to him." Shechem and his father hasted the wishes of the sons of Jacob, and they persuaded also the men of the city likewise, for they were greatly esteemed by them, being the princes of the land. On the next day, Shechem and his father rose up early in the morning, and they assembled all the men of the city, and they called for the sons of Jacob, and they circumcised Shechem, his father, his 5 brothers, and all the males in the city, 645 men and 276 lads. Chalaq, the grandfather of Shechem, and his 6.
Look, they're breaking it down to exact numbers. So whatever, source this is, they're trying to be very exact about it. So all these men in the household now lined up to get circumcised. And they grown man. I don't know if you ever been a grown man and got circumcised, not me. but you know, I was circumcised when, you know. Anyway, that's my business. Don't worry about when I was circumcised. Get out of my business, man. So now, yeah, they grown men. Everybody lining up to get circumcised, which is all bad. So it's going to be excruciatingly painful. And then while they're weak, they're just going to slay them. So both plans led to them getting slayed. It's just like, should we slay them while they're at full power? Because it's still going to take energy. It's still going to take some effort out of us. Or should we just weaken them first and then slay them? Kind of like what the invaders did, giving us smallpox and all kind of biological, chemical weapon warfare to weaken us first. They made us worship Jesus in this other hybrid situation, this New Testament, to weaken our energy first. They came over with their missionaries first to hijack your frequency, to shut your eye from the Creator. Then they attacked you once you were weak because you had no more energy, because you were looking towards their idols and you were no longer looking towards the Creator. Even while these people were bowing their knee to the sun and all this stuff, they still had a connection to the Creator. It was just out of order, but they still had a connection to the Creator. The Spaniards and them came over, man, and shut their eyes for good. Shut our eyes for good. Until now. Hello. Hello, Moto.
Brothers would not be circumcised. They were greatly incensed against the people of the city for submitting to the wishes of the sons of Jacob. On the evening of the second day, Shechem and his fathers sent to have 8 little children whom their mothers had concealed brought to them to be circumcised. Chalaq and his 6 brothers sprang at the messengers and sought to slay them. They sought to slay also Shechem, Hamor, and Dinah. They chided Shechem and his father for doing the things their fathers had never done, which would raise the ire of the inhabitants of the land of Canaan against them, as well as the ire of all the children of Ham, and that on account of the Hebrew woman. Chalaq and his brothers finished by saying, Behold, tomorrow we will go and assemble our Canaanitish brethren, and we will come and smite you and all in whom you trust, and there shall not be a remnant left of you or them. When Hamor and his son Shechem and all the people of the city heard this, they were sore afraid, and they repented what they had done. Shechem and his father answered Chalaq and his brothers, Because we saw that the Hebrews would not accede to our wishes concerning their daughter, we did this thing. But when we shall obtain our request from them, we will then do unto them that pleases your hearts and ours, as soon as we shall become strong. Dinah, who heard their words, hastened and dispatched one of her maidens whom her father had sent to take care of her at Shechem's house, and informed Jacob and his sons of the conspiracy plotted against them. When the sons of Jacob heard this, they were filled with wrath, and Simon and Levi swore and said, As the Lord liveth, by tomorrow there shall not be a remnant left in the whole city.
So, you're reading it. They are going along with the plan, and now these people said, "Man, we're gonna get them. We're gonna kill the sons of Jacob." And the word got back, and they said, "What?" They were filled with rage. They must have been almost damn near shocked that these people said they're gonna do something to them. That's how powerful they were. These are supermen. Do you get the picture? That's why they shut your eyes and your energy from being above the firmament, above the throne. That energy, ain't these your forefathers? Is this play? Or is this trill spill?
They began the extermination by killing 18 of the 20 young men who had concealed themselves and were not circumcised, and 2 of them fled and escaped to some wine pits that were in the city. Then Simon and Levi slew all the city, not leaving a male over, and while they were looking for spoils outside of the city, 300 women rose against them and threw stones and dust upon them. But Simon single-handed slew them all, and returned to the city where he joined Levi. Then they took away from the people outside the city their sheep, their oxen, their cattle, and also the women and the little children. And they led all these away, and took them to the city to their father Jacob. The number of women they did not slay, but only took captive, was 85 virgins, among them a young damsel of great beauty by the name of Buna, whom Simon took to wife. The number of the males whom he took captive and did not slay was 47, and all these men and women were servants to the son of Jacob, and to their children after them, till the day they left Egypt.
want to even get that last part right back. So y'all can feel me on this. It says, last paragraph you read says, the number of women whom they did not slay, but only took captive, was 85 virgins, among them a young damsel of great beauty by the name of Buna, whom Simon took to wife. So these are the women that Simon and his brother spared from these people that were beneath them. And then 85 virgins, among them a damsel with who Simon made wifey. Now you're going to see how interesting this gets. Hopefully we still got enough time. We're going to go to part 2. I want you to keep thinking on this line. I don't want to interrupt your cipher. I know you're feeling me right now. So let it be. Part 2. Man, Smiles, man. Shout out to Smiles, man. Killing the game right now, man. Love to you, my sister. Part 2. I gotta read this. I've been trying not to. You see me pacing back and forth, man. My energy's going like this right now. I'm just surfing the wave. All right, so look. The war with the Ninevites, man. You look it up. The war with the Ninevites. It says, his countenance like a lion's, and inflamed with wrath, Judah attacked the army. Like a young lion, like an old lion. Who will rouse him? When you realize this is you, who's going to rouse you? Can I rouse you? Will you allow me to remind you to vibrate? To go above the firmament, above the pyramids, above the celestial, above the underworld, and go back home to your father's throne so you can be Superman? I mean, what happened? Judah attacked the army and slew 12 myriads of tried and famous warriors? Look up what a myriad is. Google it. It's 10,000. 12 myriads is 120,000 men. Judah attacked his countenance like a lion's. First of all, you just saw Jacob jump up and kill 12,000 people by himself. Oh, you think that's exaggerated? You think they're just saying that? You think they just making it up? I told you the truth sounds stranger than fiction. Judah attacked the army and slew 12 myriads, 120,000 of tried and famous warriors. Famous warriors. 120,000 of the best. Judah by himself just took care of business. Who are these people? Who are you? Who did they say you were? Didn't they say you were some type of fable? Didn't they come over here and find the people of the myth? What is your frequency? Order or chaos? The battle raged hot in front and in the rear, and Levi his brother hastened to his aid, and together they won a victory over the Ninevites. Judah alone slew 5,000 more soldiers, and Levi dealt blows right and left with such vigor that the men of the enemy's army fell like grain under the scythe of a reaper. Dig on it. Get with it or get left on. Vibrate. Activate. What are they talking about? Why is this being hidden from you? Why does this have to be dug up as sacred text? Clearly they're not teaching you this in school. So, is it being hidden from you? Is that why they had to shut your eyes? Because one of you can take out 120,000? One? That's walking in order, not in chaos, not after the celestial, the underworld, the 440 harmonic. But the murk above within, the 12 strands connected. Energy. Activate.
Alarmed about their fate, the people of Nineveh said, "How long can we fight these devils? Let us return to our land, lest they exterminate us root and branch, without leaving a remnant." But their king desired to restrain them, and he said, "O ye heroes, ye men of might and valor, have you lost your senses that you ask to return to your land? Is this your bravery?"
Man, they said, let's get out of here. Let's go.
You're not able to hold up against 12 men. If the nations and the kings we have made treaty to ourselves hear this, they will rise up against us as a man and make a laughing stock of us, and do with us according to their desire.
It's easy to get caught in this ego shit. Some people get caught in this stuff, man, and they feel like, man, I gotta defend my honor. I gotta defend my honor, man. Your ego is gonna get you fucked up. Some people already learned this lesson. You need to use your heart center, your ruach, and be wise again, and work together again. These people tried to break, and the king said, man, if we break, everybody's gonna, we can't break, man, because we got to hold on some people, and they'll know that 12 people made us run. 12 effing people. We're thousands. We're hundreds of thousands. Those are 12 people. We can't run from them. That's crazy, right? Is it? Man, all bad. Just mowed him down by himself. What are these people? What are you? Did he not breathe his ruach in you? Spirit, energy.
and heard his loud voice, they were greatly afraid.
Oh, oh yeah.